questions from our viewers.
President, this question is directly for you. Do you personally support the Convention of States resolution, and will you encourage the Senate to run and pass this resolution this session?
Personally, I'm in favor of the Convention of the States resolution. I want to get to a convention, and almost any way we can get there, I'm in favor of that. We've talked about here in this media availability about a little bit of the reticence that the Senate feels for term limits, but that's something that probably could come up in a convention type of situation, and so I'm all in favor for having that discussion in a convention, and I think we should move forward and be on record. I think there's some momentum going with the Convention of States, COS approach to this, and it would be good to join with other states, because I think we need to get to a convention to stop federal overreach. Anybody else?
I think the one thing is my response would be, the president has the ability to place it before us, but he doesn't have all the votes. He doesn't control the votes.
That's correct.
That's what democracy is about.
Yeah, thank you.
We're past the filing date, but I also support it, voted for it last year, and I think it's important that we try to do what we should do as states, and that's exercise the rights the Constitution has given us. And to hold a convention is one of those rights, and I think it is late in this session, so it's a question as to whether anything will be done this session, but I think there's gaining support. The Convention of States, the confusion was over term limits and how that could be handled if we voted for it, whether we're voting for term limits or whether we're not. And I've got colleagues who are concerned about that don't support term limits, but that's in the Convention of States proposal. And we've talked about that a lot during this press availability, and there still is questions on their minds as to how to handle that, and that's probably one of the things that has to be addressed.
The thing I'm impressed about is how the grassroots effort, I'm hearing from a lot of constituents now about this, and I really applaud that and encourage the public, those who are in favor of this, to talk to their legislators. This is a big and important issue, and I'm just hearing a lot more about the Convention of the States approach. So
I think that's
it's getting legs, I believe.
very good.
It's getting legs, but there's so many different issues. It's not just term limits. It's not just a balanced budget. It's all kinds of different amendments that want to be done.
Yeah, there's three main issues.
And that could lead to a great complication of a runaway convention. And that could be very, very damaging.
I keep hearing runaway, but when you look at the bar they've got to jump over to be able to get a consensus on a number of states, and then you've got to take it out and have, is it three-quarters?
Three-fourths, so 38 states would have to ratify anything they do.
That is such a bar that is not even an Olympian can probably jump that. So it's a really high bar. It's just really tough. So I'm not worried about the runaway.
I am.
We do have a follow-up question. This viewer asked, do you see it as likely that the Convention of States resolution will pass this session in the Senate specifically?
Well, it's hard to say right now because we had pretty much decided that we weren't going to address it, but there's some renewed interest in it. And I think if we get enough votes, we'll probably give it a shot and see if we can get it passed.